So when you say he provides everything, what do you mean? Do you mean he buys groceries, he pays the rent, and he provides food? Like, what do you mean? Because usually when women talk about men being providers, they're always talking about him paying the rent and buying groceries. And I mean, if he's paying the rent, he's going to pay the rent whether you live with him or not. Whether you're married to him or not, he will still have to pay his rent. Whether you live with him or not, he will still have to buy groceries. And the thing about it is, if he's buying groceries, men tend to eat way more than women. So if you think that provision is him paying the rent and buying groceries for the house, then you are really not that bright. You're really not that intelligent. Provision, if for a man to be a provider, he has to be providing for you personally. Does he give you monthly allowance to take care of yourself, your hair, your nails, your skin, your upkeep? Does he take you shopping? Does he provide you money to shop for yourself, to take care of yourself, to maintain your beauty? Does he give you money to invest in your business? Does he give you money to pay your tuition? That is
You
provision.
see, this provider mentality have destroyed the minds of these women towards what real marriage and relationship should be. They centered the life and the focus of every marriage and relationship to the man providing. And at this point, they don't even care about what their own duty in that marriage and that relationship should be. And this is a problem. Calm down. I'm coming from a different angle. This generation need to be taught what real marriage and relationship is all about. An average woman now wants to grow up with age, but doesn't want to grow up in the responsibility that made her an adult. If this financial provision is actually what holds marriage and relationship, rich people wouldn't be divorcing. Now, she said, a man who provides for things he can also benefit from. That is not provision. And she forgot to tell other women that even cooking, even if the man is not there or you're not married to that man, you will still cook food that you eat. And even that food you cook in the man's house or in the family, you're also eating from there. So how do you want to count what you also benefit from? But we don't want that duty of the man to be counted because he's also benefiting from it. Even the cleaning, if you're living alone as a woman, you will still clean your environment, you will still clean your house. And she talk about childbearing and sex, which women even do much more outside marriage. And they want to make men feel like they have to pay for everything they do. But they forget that the same thing they do, they also benefit from it. They plant ungratefulness in the head of other women. That a man who is trying to pay bills and buy groceries, which is providing food, is not now to be seen as a provider. So, in other way, a man will have to pay for whatever thing you want to get in life, even when it's more of fantasy they are copying from others, before he will be seen as a provider. That is creating ungrateful women who will never appreciate the effort of their men. I think it's time this generation need to learn again what marriage and relationship should be. That is not a place where men carry financial responsibilities until they die and without being appreciated. Every duty you play in the family should be appreciated, whether on the side of the man or on the side of the women. This provision of a thing is the only thing women copy from the Bible, even when they don't even know the real meaning or what the Bible was trying to explain about it. They overlook and neglect that part of love and companionship, emotional support, financial partnership, growth, spiritual and religious fulfillment. They overlook all these things that marriage are meant for, only to focus the mind of these women that men must have to be paying them for even being alive before they will recognize them as providers. And as a man, I'm not saying you shouldn't provide for your family, but if you be with a girl who only focus is on a man being a provider, run for your life.